Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy Cheesin', and I'm gonna do another rant. Yep, it's there. It's R-A-N-T. So I was on the internet today, and I saw that America's sweetheart, Rush Limbaugh, said that for the first time in his life, for the first time ever in his 62 years of living, he is ashamed of this country. He is ashamed of this country. This country has done him wrong, which is crazy because when somebody says that they're ashamed of this country, like he always calls them anti-American. But I guess since he's Rush Limbaugh and he's a conservative, I guess he has the right to say that he's ashamed of this country, and we can still call him American. But he thinks that Obama is spending way too much money. Like, that's the reason why Rush Limbaugh is ashamed. First off, I don't know if he was alive during the Bush administration, but they spent just as much money as Obama has. They actually spent more because when Bush was president, he had a surplus, and then he turned that into a couple $1 trillion of debt. And, like, where was Rush Limbaugh then? He didn't say anything then, which is crazy. I mean, like, because I know Rush Limbaugh is not a hypocrite. Like, he's always fair. He's always fair against Democrats, Republicans, no matter what. Like, he is the most fairest. He's the fairest guy in America. But it's like, where were you when Bush was president? Like, you're 62 years old. And, I mean, that's old as hell. Like, he's not some 20-year-old kid who's saying, I'm ashamed of my country for the first time ever. Like, I wrote down some things that have gone on in Rush Limbaugh's life that he should be ashamed of, but he probably wasn't because he doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. But okay, I'm going to break this down. When Rush Limbaugh was a teenager, he was a young pup. I don't know if he was paying attention at this time. I don't know if his head was still up his ass, but segregation ended. Like, when he was a teenager. And I don't know about you, but if I was around at that time and segregation was still going on and I was a teenager, I'd be pretty ashamed of my country. But that's just me. But in his 20s, the war in Vietnam went on. And, thousands of people died for no reason. It probably was the most useless war in American history besides the war we're in now. Like, there was no reason to have that war. And it's crazy that he wasn't ashamed in his country during that time. Also, you got the Rodney King beatings, which you probably didn't give a shit about that. JFK assassination, the Martin Luther King assassination, and the Malcolm X assassination. It's weird, he wasn't ashamed of any of those things, and he was pretty old when those things happened, so, like, why are you ashamed now, but you weren't ashamed then? But that's crazy. But I mean, think about all the things that he'd experienced during his life. I mean, segregation, the war in Vietnam, the Emmett Till killings. I think that happened during his. I don't know if that was before he was born, or if that was after he was born. But I think that happened during his time, and he should be ashamed of that too. And I mean, the Martin Luther King Jr. assassination, JFK assassination. I mean, that would make me lose faith in America. The fact that somebody killed the president of the United States, but I guess he didn't really care about that. I don't know, man. Like, Rush Limbaugh is the biggest hypocrite in America. I don't know why people take him serious. Like, all he does is he's a race baiter. He makes white people scared. He jerks white people off and say, Obama's evil, black people are taking over. And, people believe him because he feeds off other people's stupidity, which I think is wrong because, there's nothing worse that you can do than feed off of other people's fear. And I don't know, I just think that Rush Limbaugh should be ashamed of a lot more things than the fact that Obama is spending the same amount of money that Bush did. I mean, was he even paying attention when Bush was president? Because when Bush was president, he was probably the worst speaker in American history. Like, every time Bush spoke, I feel like he put the English language back at least 50 years. And I was 14 when Bush was president, and I felt embarrassed. And Rush Limbaugh was old as hell when Bush was president, but he was, he had a little he loved Bush. Like, he had this story where he met Bush, and he said that he was so nervous about meeting Bush because he had the little tingle up his leg because he loved him so much. And Obama is just so evil. But tell me what you guys think about Rush Limbaugh. Are you fans of Rush Limbaugh? Do you love him? Do you hate him? Subscribe to my channel, like my video. Peace.